Holy shit. Tom Homan was not lying.
Because it's coming. It's coming. I've been clearing that since day one. The sanctuary city can sit by and watch their communities get ravaged by illegal aliens. They can watch young women get, and Trump administration not going to stand for that. So look, they can stand by and watch. And the Trump administration will secure their communities. The Trump administration will drive down illegal alien crime in this country. If they don't do it, we'll do it for them. But they can't. They can sit aside and watch, but they can't cross that line. When they cross the line of harboring concealment, that's a felony. When they cross the line of harboring concealment, that's a felony. And we got Pam Bondi now who won't hesitate to take action. They can't impede in our enforcement efforts to make this country safe again. That's a felony. So President Trump's got his cabinet in place now. We got a strong AG. We got a strong Secretary of Homeland Security. You're going to see a lot of things happen next few months that people should expect. Many don't, but watch what comes in their future.
Given what we've seen the past couple of days, that's starting to sound damn near prophetic. What do you guys think about how this administration is implementing its immigration policy? I'm hearing everything all over the spectrum. They need to go harder. It's just right. They're doing too much. Man, what do you guys think?
U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement have arrested a former New Mexico judge and his wife. This after federal law enforcement learned their tenant, an alleged Tren de Aragua gang member, was arrested at his home. Now we're also learning other Venezuelan nationals were arrested and are in HSI custody. An ICE spokeswoman says the former judge, Joel Cano, and his wife Nancy Cano was taken into custody earlier today as part of an ongoing HSI-led criminal investigation. Now this was at a home on North Raymond Street in Las Cruces, New Mexico. As KTSM has reported, former Doña Ana County Magistrate Judge Joel Cano rented out his, quote, casita, or a small home behind their own home, to Christian Ortega Lopez. They met when his wife hired Ortega Lopez to install glass. The district attorney's office says Ortega Lopez was seen with multiple firearms in pictures that were posted on social media. The feds seized those firearms and arrested Ortega Lopez in February. He allegedly admitted to entering the country illegally in 2023. It's not known if the Canos knew of Ortega Lopez's alleged gang affiliation. Officials have not provided further details about the other two nationals that were arrested. This is a look at the house where agents actually made the arrest. You can see agent vehicles parked all around the neighborhood. Both the former judge and his wife are being charged with tampering with evidence and are now expected in court tomorrow.
Look at how comfortable these people were with a Tren de Aragua gang member who was in the country illegally.
Agarré, patrona. Agarré duro.
Oh, sí, está pesado. Está pesado. Yo no sabía que estaba.
What is it?
Yeah, it's heavy.
Put it on.
A ver, claro, patrón, ¿cómo es que sí?
And with the hiding evidence and everything, either they don't have their priorities straight and they are not loyal to this country, or somebody's got some dirt on them. There's some blackmail going on in the background. Now check out this wildness because it gets even crazier. Joel Cano, a former Doña Ana County Magistrate Judge, and his wife Nancy Cano both face federal charges of tampering with evidence, jail records show. Cano, who served on the bench since 2011, submitted his resignation letter this March 3rd, days after Homeland Security raided his home. Court documents obtained by NBC News show federal agents had received the tip in January that Christian Ortega, an undocumented immigrant from Venezuela whom authorities suspect being a Tren de Aragua member, and others were staying on Cano's property. Ortega is charged in a separate federal case in New Mexico with possessing a firearm as an illegal alien. A sworn affidavit in Cano's criminal case said Homeland Security agents conducted another raid at the former judge's home on Thursday in search of a cell phone they believe was Ortega's. According to the affidavit, an interview with agents, Cano said that he destroyed the cell phone that belonged to Ortega by smashing it with a hammer and discarded the remaining pieces in the city trash dumpster approximately 5 weeks ago. Yet he denies any knowledge of anyone being affiliated with Tren de Aragua and says the first time he ever was aware of it was when agents told him when they showed up. Well, then why are you destroying the phone then? That makes no sense. Well, it doesn't end there, guys, because up in Wisconsin, the FBI was arresting yet another judge for just about the same thing, helping a violent illegal immigrant evade law enforcement.
King News, the FBI has just arrested a Milwaukee judge accused of trying to help a man evade immigration authorities. In a now deleted post on X, the FBI director writes that Judge Hannah Dugan intentionally misdirected agents. ABC News Justice reporter Alex Mallon has the details. Alex, what do we know so far?
Judge Hannah Dugan did make her initial appearance this morning. She was charged with 2 federal crimes that includes concealing a person from discovery and arrest, and the second count is obstruction of federal proceedings. They have been previewing the possibility that they would seek charges against any judge or federal officer or even state officers who they say obstruct lawful deportation efforts by this administration. But obviously this is a dramatic escalation of that. And they detail this. We just got these court charges that were unsealed. Basically, on April 18th, they say that Judge Dugan had an undocumented immigrant set to appear before her in court, and they allege that she helped facilitate him evading ICE officers who were present and ready to arrest him at that court.
And to set the stage for you and Sandra, this was truly horrific. This guy was in court being prosecuted by a state prosecutor for domestic violence battery. He had beat up 2 people, a guy and a girl, hit the guy 30 times, knocked him to the ground, choked him, beat up a woman so badly they both had to go to the hospital. They were sitting in the courtroom with the state prosecutor. The judge learns that ICE was outside to get the guy because he had been deported in 2013, came back in our country. Judge finds out. She goes out in the hallway, screams at the immigration officers. She's furious, visibly shaken, upset, sends them off to talk to the chief judge. She comes back in the courtroom, you're not going to believe this, takes the defendant and the defense attorney back in her chambers, takes them out a private exit and tells them to leave, while a state prosecutor and victims of domestic violence are sitting in the courtroom.
Wow. After being told Flores Ruiz was in front of the courthouse, agents ran towards them, identified him, and then he ran away. They had to chase him down, but they still got him. This leftist hack tried to literally outsmart law enforcement. I don't know how she gets out of that one, man. That sounds pretty cut and dry. This whole activist judiciary thing is starting to become a real problem. I'm glad something's getting done about it. In fact, Pam Bondi had some real choice words today for any more of these activist judges that think they got something up their sleeve.
I'm proud to be a part of this administration. We're not stopping. I don't care what the judges think. I don't care what the left thinks. We're coming.
So when you see these judges trying to obstruct your efforts to make this country safer, what is your message to them?
We are going to prosecute you, and we are prosecuting you. You cannot obstruct a criminal case, and really, shame on her. It was a domestic violence case of all cases, and she's protecting a criminal defendant over victims of crime.
Well, I was hoping that would be a little more impressive. Tom Homan held it down, though. And she had a point with the bit about supporting the criminals over the victims of the crime. I don't know, something about her. She just always got this energy like she just got caught with her pants down or something. It sketches me out a little bit. But anyway, hey, thank you so much for joining me, guys. I appreciate you. You rock, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.